Hey there, it's Jimmy, and welcome back to Jimmy the Junkyard Dog with a new feature on a Volvo Amazon, also known as the Volvo 122 here in the US. This is pretty cool. But first, if you like what you see, please do hit subscribe and like, and we'll keep making these, coming up with all kinds of cars from the junkyard, made in the US, Europe, Asia, trucks, vans, sometimes mainly cars, kind of whatever come across that strikes our fancy. So please do that, and we'll keep making these. Anyway, the Volvo 122, known as the Amazon everywhere else in the world, was the model that succeeded the PV 144 and was later replaced by the Volvo 140 series. Produced between 56 and 1970. These were popular everywhere around the world. So let's check this whole thing out. This is cool because they came in, well, this is a 2-door sedan. They're also available in 4-door sedan and also a station wagon. And they're just neat looking cars, and solid and reliable. They're still driving, some people still drive around in them these days. It's pretty rare to find them in a junkyard. They are sort of collector cars these days, but sometimes cars are just too far gone to salvage, and this, I think, is probably one of those. But well, let's take a look. So starting, well, let's go back down to the front, I guess is probably the best way to do this. This is pretty cool. I mean, I love the front end on these. The double lights or the single headlights are cool. Sometimes they had extra little fog or driving lights here. This one had the bumper overriders, which is neat, but they're gone. I have not seen one with the extra chrome bar here in the middle that goes all the way across and the saddle is snapped in the middle. That I don't think is a common feature, but if you know otherwise, let us know in the comments. Double grills are cool there. Aluminum, lightweight, which is nice. The bumper is interesting because it's actually a 3-piece bumper. So you could, I guess, if you hit your bumper on something and dinged it, you could just replace one section instead of having to replace the whole thing. It's a pretty good feature and something that would be certainly handy these days, as opposed to, a newer car where you damage something, you're kind of screwed. Nice little wraparound turn signals there, made by Hella, made in Germany, it says. Obviously these were made in Sweden for the most part. But let's take a look. So this is black, has quite a bit of patina on it, on the top surfaces anyway. It's a nice little shoulder line here. Beautiful little mirror. Where's this? Oh, it's Lucas, made in England. So Lucas apparently made non-electronic items also, and this is something that would not have failed. Pretty cool. I love looking at the little labels. I like seeing where stuff's made and when it's made. It's always interesting. Have these nice big door handles here with a thumb lever, which this one's stuck though, it doesn't open. But we'll go in through the other side, and the windows are missing, so that's cool. This one's labeled as a Volvo 240. Obviously it's not a 240 or anywhere near that, but that's okay. It gets at least people figure out it's a Volvo, since most of the badging is gone. Back is cool too. We got these safety reflectors here, 3-part taillights there, turn signal, back up and brake, and then more bumper overriders on the back. Back bumper is only a single piece, which is interesting. This one did have a trailer hitch on it, so at some point this probably towed a caravan around on vacation. Pretty neat. This is labeled the B18, which is the engine designation. Would have been a 1.8 liter. Curious that badge is still on there, but wait, that's cool. Good for us to see. Love the fuel filler here, which is neat, with a little Volvo logo. And flip that up. There's the keyhole. The key on this one is sadly missing, and this is locked, so this does not come off for us, which is too bad, but it's a cool little detail. Very nice. Love this thick molding. This is interesting. You've got this chrome or aluminum molding around the window. It goes all the way around, then ties into the belt line molding, and so it becomes sort of a double molding here, which is interesting. Not bad. That's actually in pretty good shape. I'm surprised no one's grabbed that yet, but I'm sure someone will at some point. And then, this is, the lines are cool, sort of reminiscent of some older Chryslers. Interesting. Obviously by 1970, the last year of this was pretty aged, but hey, back in the 50s, it fit right in and was cool. So let's Well, let's look under the hood, because I always like to look under the hood. Unfortunately, this one, there is not much to see. The hood's also wired shut for transport, so we can't open it the regular way, but we can sort of slant it open this way. And just kind of take a look inside. It's obviously where the engine would have been. Same with the transmission. Everything's pretty much gone now, but nice big engine bay. Here's the serial number plate. So 13244 is the type. Gives the number and everything. Pretty cool. And the paint and upholstery code. The color is 79-1, assuming it's black, and upholstery is 411-245. I don't have a decoder with me, so I can't really tell you. But it's interesting how there's still some, you know, like this the vent here is still on this car, which is just interesting to see, as are the wipers. Sadly, you've got a hole there that looks a lot like a bullet hole. Who knows? Maybe it is. Maybe it's just some rock. Definitely rusty on this one, but yeah, what can you do? The vent windows are cool. Let's take a look inside, though. Let's go around to the other side, because that door opens, so we can actually take a look inside, which is nice. It's definitely, it's a little stiff, but there we go. All right. Solid door panel there, which, well, solid metal inner panel, which would have been covered by fabric or at least a vinyl door card. Let's take a look at the seats. This one's pretty far gone, but get an idea from the seat material. This is kind of a very thick, almost burlappy type of fabric with vinyl sides. I mean, for a car that's this old and probably out in the elements for a long time, it's okay. It's kind of interesting to see the inner structure here with a headrest that goes up and down, and supported here. Volvo obviously pioneering safety. This is kind of interesting. This passenger seat had lumbar support, firm and soft in the seat, which is cool. So these little wires, I guess it increases the tension. And the driver's seat had the same. Here are the hubcaps that came with this car. Kind of nice little aluminum center caps. It's pretty neat. And then the back seat is actually pretty spacious too. It's not bad at all. With a little fold down armrest, and you do not, and there are seat belts there, right in the middle of the latches. Looks like the windows can pop out, which is nice for ventilation. But let's look at the dashboard. So let's start over here. Well, these are interesting because Volvo put the, well, they did it later, I think in the early 140s too. They put the radio in front of the passenger, which I guess is to not distract the driver as much. But if you're driving solo, I don't know what you do. Just lean way over and tune it. So kind of interesting, but it's a Volvo by Bendix, which is neat. Got the tuning and volume knobs. I assume there'd be a glove box under there, but it's sadly gone. Ashtray here. Air defrost and temp switches. And this is the fan. To open that up. Got a nice big steering wheel, and then a cool instrument cluster going by VDO, going all the way from 10 up to 120. Fuel gauge, odometer. Actually, let's see if we can see. What's the odometer say? 2880 something. But obviously it's gone around probably at least once, maybe twice, maybe 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Then over here we have the wipers, the choke, and the light switches. So pretty neat, cool little dash. Obviously cracked like crazy, and someone's made some home fixes with the electrical tape, which, hey, whatever works, right? So let's see, what else? Let's go take a look at the trunk, I guess. That's the last thing. So, oh, this door, it's stuck open. Just leave it. Opening the trunk, just lifts up. Nice low lift over height, which is nice. Something you don't always see in older cars, and pretty spacious. Spare tire would have been in there. Fuel tank's back there. And everything's obviously pretty corroded back here. It's been this way for a while, but I mean, there was padding on there, which is nice. Not bad for such an early, older car. I mean, even Mercedes back in the day didn't have padding on the inside of the trunk lid. It's just painted black always. And then, I guess the fuel tank, yeah, here's the filler, kind of goes in there, but that's it. Sadly, I think to open it, they had to kind of ruin it with a crowbar. I'm assuming this did not come with a key. But yeah, that is the 1965 Volvo 122 two-door sedan, known as the Amazon elsewhere. But very neat car. Sad to see it here, but this is, I guess, probably where it belongs at this point. Maybe there's some parts that'll work for some people, and I'm sure they'll be gone in short order. But yeah, if you liked what you saw, please do hit subscribe and like. we'll keep making these, and we'll keep sending them to you. So thank you very much. Bye-bye.